I hope your weekend's going well. I tell you what, yesterday I did not see what I'm calling a drizzle storm in parts of the valley. I didn't see that on the maps. We thought there'd be maybe some sprinkles or something like that, but it turned out to be pretty wet. Not in terms of measurable precipitation, but of course the drip. It has been drier out there today. And anyway, this continued weather flow that's basically arcing up around an area of high pressure that's sitting out here where you don't see any clouds in the Pacific. This is the flow pattern that will eventually bring in that cold front that we've been talking about that's set to arrive around 10 or 11 o'clock Monday evening. And in my circle, so here's the Oregon and Washington. You follow the coast. Here we are up into Alaska. And then right up in here, coming out of Alaska, is where that front is starting to come together. It's going to slide right down the same pathway and come into our area tomorrow evening. So let's talk about the latest expected. Generally speaking, and we started to touch on this when I talked to you on Friday, the moisture amounts are starting to shrink, and the orientation of how this front is lining up is looking to be not as windy overall, but still Wednesday night and a Thursday morning really, really cold. So here we go. Temperature departures. This shows temperature departures Tuesday through Sunday, so kind of the average. So keep in mind that the normal high starting tomorrow, actually on Monday, is 53 degrees. Yeah, 53 is considered normal now. The normal low is 37. So this is showing you temperature departures Tuesday through Sunday for our area between 12 and 16 degrees colder than normal. So for example, if the daytime high is only 32 or 35 and the normal high is 53, that's about 20 degrees below normal, right? And they were looking at low temperatures below normal as well. And when you average it all out, 12 to 16 is about as cold to a temperature departure as we typically get. And this map shows you in purple departures up in, well, around Spokane actually, and then up and along the Canadian border as cold as 30 degrees below normal. It gives us in green more like 14 to blue, 15 to 16 degrees below normal coming out of the Columbia River Gorge. So the cold air is still a go, at least for a couple of days. All right, this map shows you the cold air mass at 5,000 feet in the atmosphere. Again, that's where we track the batches of air. This is Thursday, February 23rd. And it now looks like we don't really get into any significant east wind until later in the day on Wednesday. And these winds aren't going to be overly strong, but certainly I would expect most of us to feel a 10 to 20, maybe 25 mile per hour breeze developing PM hours of Wednesday night, and a Thursday morning. So once those east winds start to blow, they will actually be feeding off of the Arctic air that you can see in purple on this map that comes down across the Dakotas and into Montana. And again, that kind of feeds into our area. So the coldest mornings still look to be Thursday morning and Friday morning. Morning temps in the low 20s. And certainly Thursday morning, I mean, I suppose technically we could be dry, but I think there will at least be snow showers or flurries overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning. And anything that would be falling in the air, of course, would stick with temperatures that cold. So let's talk about snow levels. So the snow level tomorrow ahead of the front could be a size 5,000 feet, somewhere between 4,500 and 5,000 feet. The front comes in tomorrow night, remember 10 or 11 p.m. And then you wake up Tuesday morning, snow levels early will be around 2,000 feet. And then they fall all the way down close to 1,000. I'm not sure if the snow level gets down to 1,000 feet or not, meaning, Sandy, you're either just going to be getting some snow during the day Tuesday, snow showers, or you'll be rain or a mix, and it will be snow sticking to the ground at 1,500 feet. So I'm not sure how low it's going to go Tuesday, but we'll say somewhere near 1,000 feet. If you live at that elevation, especially north up in the hills around Woodland or Hawkinson or Clark County, you don't be surprised if you start to see snow during the day on Tuesday. Then we get into Wednesday. Wednesday overall, it's not really an all-out east wind flow yet, but the air mass is getting colder. So I'll bring the snow level Wednesday during the day down to about 500 feet. And we don't really get to sea level at this point, or at least close to it, until Wednesday overnight, Thursday morning. So this is, again, when we first started talking about this, we thought we would have some sticking snow develop, Tuesday overnight and Wednesday morning. Now I'm telling you at lowest elevations, it won't be possible until Wednesday overnight and a Thursday morning. And by this time, there's simply not going to be that much moisture left. I mean, let me get out of the way. Could there be a dusting to 2 inches Wednesday night, Thursday AM at lowest elevations in scattered locations? Yes, but I think that would be the high end. This may simply turn out to be flurries. But for now, we'll go, well, there could be some decent snow showers. Scattered locations could say, hey, I have a dusting, or hey, I have more than that, an inch or two. But the chance of that would be Wednesday night, Thursday morning, if those temperatures really dropping down, east wind setting up. Okay, here's a 3-panel, and this is more for me to kind of explain to you. I get that you're not going to get much from looking at these tiny maps with all the lines and dashes. But this is the European surface model that forecasters look at. So Tuesday morning, I think you can, my finger is where Portland is, right here, okay? Well, let me go back. Let me go back. I forget sometimes this touch screen is too touchy. So pardon me. Let me go forward one more. Let me keep my finger a little bit farther out. So Wednesday morning, you wake up, the front is through. And for those of you that know how to read these maps, you can probably tell it's a northwesterly, breezy to gusty flow pattern. So some of the strongest winds would be Monday overnight into Tuesday morning. We could have northwest winds in the valley gusting to about 35 miles per hour. Those winds will ease somewhat during the afternoon. Then we get into Wednesday. Now notice the highs, the H's. This is that Arctic air mass starting to slide down through Canada. And what it's going to be difficult to see unless you're trained to read these maps, and even then you would need them probably closer in front of you. But right here, slicing from southern Idaho up through Oregon, up through Portland, actually, from southern Idaho up into Portland area. That's where the main divider is between this colder air and the east winds to our north and the warmer air with west-northwest winds to our south. So we'll be right on that divider Wednesday. You would assume that would channel an ongoing threat of showery precipitation. And so if you live at 1,000 feet or near or above 500 feet, maybe you get some snow coverage with these showers on Wednesday. And I think anybody could have a rain-snow mix during the day on Wednesday. Then Thursday we wake up. Here's that colder air. Let me get over here. You see the highs. That's the colder air getting farther down. There's a low. I put a big L so you could see it. There's a low that develops along that border between the colder air to our north and warmer to the south. There's a low that develops near us. So again, that could help fuel some significant snow showers Wednesday overnight and Thursday morning. I still think the worst case scenario would be a dusting to 2 inches in scattered locations. So, we're talking about, again, a little bit or nothing at all. But this does show the east winds kicking up Thursday. Boy, that's really going to add a chill. And temperatures Thursday, I still believe, are going to really struggle just to get up to freezing. Okay, what about the mountains? This forecast has kind of been back and forth. The National Weather Service now has a winter storm watch up for the Cascades Monday night through Tuesday night, 12 to 24 inches. Again, the snow levels coming into the day Tuesday are going to be somewhere near 1,000 feet. That does impact the coast range passes of Highway 6 and 26. So the coast range could get 6 to 12. And then going into Wednesday, the snow levels get down lower and you would start to have snow showers over the coast range at just about any elevation. There will be some snow out in the gorge. This does not look to be a storm that's going to blow up in the gorge, but should you folks, Hood River sits at 500 feet. So obviously you folks have a good chance of getting some sticking snow on the ground. Let me see here. Did I skip a map? Maybe I skipped a map. My apologies. All right. I'm kind of going all over the place. Yeah. Or did I show you this? Tuesday near 500 and then the flurries with the snow. Yeah, okay, I showed you that. Again, the best chance of some flurries and dustings being down on Thursday morning. Pardon me. 7-day forecast. Rain chance continuing this afternoon, although this afternoon's been much lighter, but the modeling shows that once we get into this evening, the rain chances really start to pick up. And then showers overnight, showers tomorrow. Maybe you have the holiday off on President's Day. This doesn't look to be a lot of rain. Tonight and tomorrow, maybe 1/10 of an inch, 2/10 at most. The latest rain projections on Tuesday, most models like 4/10 to 45/100. And again, realize the models often overdo that. So maybe it's only like 1/4 of an inch. This is not the monster rain and really gusty wind day that we thought it would be, but it will be rainy at times and it will be noticeably chilly and breezy. And then the rain snow mix on Wednesday. So Wednesday, I keep us above freezing at lowest elevations, a high of 40. That's cold enough and the air is cold enough. It could be a rain snow mix of precipitation back and forth, maybe some grapple. Grapple is when you get a raindrop that kind of crystallizes around snowflakes in the mixing process of that droplet leaving the cloud. And it's kind of like a little ice pellet. We could have that on Wednesday, certainly. Thursday, anything out there, Wednesday overnight, Thursday would just be flurries, but we really cut off the precipitation. There might not be much measurable, certainly latter part of the day going into Friday. And by the way, just keep in mind, I mentioned this once yesterday. Thursday's a bit of a question mark with that low that develops along that frontal boundary between the colder air to our north. Remember that we talked about? So we'll keep an eye on Thursday. Maybe there's a little punch of some decent snow in there, meaning a dusting. Friday looks dry, and then we're keeping an eye on the next batch of moisture that comes in Saturday. So, and Friday overnight and Saturday, depending on how much moisture comes in and the timing, we could have freezing temperatures when that moisture arrives. And if that's the case, there would be a bit of an icy mix before everything changes to rain and the weekend warms up. Okay, that's the update. I'll talk to you again Monday afternoon. Thanks for subscribing to this YouTube channel. And by the way, the weather maps I use, a lot of them come from my weather site, portlandweather.com. And a reminder that in between these videos, you can go to portlandweather.com, click on the 7-day, and read my handwritten, detailed 7-day forecast with the information updated that I'm giving you right now. That makes my weather site different. It's not just an automated app. It's a mix of automation, but also a mix of my handwritten forecast notes for you. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.